Let's get some different views on what we are seeing on this picture.
The shadow of a tree looks different from its original, original picture. That is the
Good, good.
original.
I like all these observations. A tree in a desert, shadow different from the tree. Anything else? Anything else do we see? A beautiful tree with a beautiful background. Okay, that's very nice.
There are two colors of sand.
Pardon, what?
Two colors of sand.
Okay, okay.
Where the tree is located, the sand is different, and far off we can see a desert.
Okay, good. See, every time when I do this session, I get different observations. So it's very interesting to note these observations.
We can roam anywhere if we are talented.
That's nice. That's nice outlook you have. Anybody else?
Only the shadow supports the tree. The tree is very lonely in a desert. Only the shadow is a companion for that tree.
Good, good, good. Okay, now let me rephrase my question. What do you don't see in this picture?
No fruits, no tree, no birds.
Okay. Okay. So all these are correct answers. Huh? None of them are wrong. It is just that we all have different perspectives to the same picture, and it's very nice that we are learning so many things.
The bottom of the tree look like rose bud.
Okay. Okay. Good. Any other imaginations, interpretations? No one to rest under. Okay, guy. Fine. All very good observations. So what do you? Moving on, let me say that what you don't see in this picture that holds the tree are its roots, right? All of us would have thought, oh, yes, right? So in this picture, if we don't see something that is holding this tree erect in a desert or wherever it is, are its roots. So it is the root that holds a tree together. It is the roots that makes the tree, hold on to its soil. It is the root which makes the tree stand upright in spite of the external situations, circumstances like floods, storms, anything, hurricane, strong wind, everything. It is the roots which gives the strength and the support to the tree for it to grow out and shine. It may be a fruit bearing tree, flower bearing tree, whatever, but it is the root which gives the strength, which allows the tree to stand resilient even in a crisis. So what is this resilience? Resilience is nothing but this inner strength that we can fall back on to come out in any difficult situation, in any crisis. Without that inner strength, it is not possible to come out of a crisis situation. Similarly, even for a tree, without a strong root system, the tree cannot come back to its full glory. And that's what we are seeing in this picture. And that's what we are going to learn. How do we as individuals develop this resilience, develop this inner strength so that we also come out of whatever situation we are facing in a more resilient way. We did a survey, of the present COVID situation. Almost we are facing it from March, one lockdown after the other, and the situation is still very uncertain. So when we did a survey of a couple of IT companies, these were some of the answers which the participants expressed. Some felt good, some felt bad. For some, there was a sense of panicky, there was sadness. There was this feeling of, being in tensed, anxious. So people had a different bag of emotions. Some felt staying home was good, some felt responsible, some were wanting to be safe, and at the same time some were, finding this whole social distancing very different and challenging. You're not used to all this, and they felt the quarantine itself very scary, isolated. So there was a lot of different outputs which came out of this survey. So what does generally uncertainty evoke in all of us? It is like this absolute vast desert land where we don't know which path leads where. Absolute directionless, clueless, unless there is someone who has really navigated this way. For us, for an ordinary person, we really don't know where this leads to. It's not defined at all like our roads or our streets. So definitely there is a sense of worry, there is stress because of that. And there is always this question, why me? Why me in the sense, when there are unfortunate situations, really this questioning becomes even more dominant. Why does this happen to any of us? So every uncertainty evokes two things. It either looks like a problem or it can open up a bigger opportunity. So where does the difference lie? The difference lies only in our own ability, in our own strength, in our own attitude is what makes a difference to any circumstances. And that's what we're going to see. How do we build this inner strength so that we are becoming more and more capable of taking charge of our own selves? So we're going to do for that, we're going to do a small visualization exercise. So we are going to imagine that we are, surrounded by three circles. The outermost circle is the circle of concerns, and these concerns are definitely not in my control. So let's see what those concerns can be. It can be job, it can be, pay cuts, it can be economy, traffic, even life, anything, there is lot of uncertainties that each natural calamities, all these uncertainties that each one of us are surrounded with. And we don't seem to have much control about this because they just, they are just the situations unfolding right in front of us. There are, from March, we have been hearing from the beginning of this year, we have been having even extra additional uncertainties. And these are exclusively triggered by COVID. Like, how do we keep a business going? What is my job security? How long will the lockdown be? How long will the lockdown be? So there are, so will daily essentials be available? So there are lot of additional concerns which are triggered only because of this present situation of COVID, in addition to the concerns that we always have. So this was the outer circle for all of us, whatever concerns we face on a day-to-day basis. And in that circle of concern, do we have any influence is what we are going to see. So do we really have influence? On whom? On my peers, on my kids, my spouse, my friends, in my community. So we are going to try to see, is there an influence that I can exhibit? And how can I do that? Is it always possible? Is it sometimes possible? So we have to see whether we are actually able to create an area of influence. And we see that it's not very easy to create this influence. We can maybe suggest, we can guide, we can be there for them. But true influence will come only when there is a deep resonance between us and the person over which we can have this influence. So just if you see, eventually we feel that in this circle, we have control only over ourselves. Over the other circle and over the outermost circle, there is almost very little control. So what is it over which you have control? We can, we may have some control over what we eat, how much we sleep, our exercise, what we read, how educated we get, sometimes even over how much we can meditate. All these things, we seem that we have control. So if you actually look at the entire framework, this innermost area is where the area over which we have some control. And then these circles will be always present, but how much control we can have will depend entirely on the innermost circle. It is exactly like the spinning top that you see. If you are in a storm situation, it's very similar to this top. At the center, is where there is least disturbance. Whereas if you are at this periphery, there is the maximum disturbance. So even in the case of a storm or a hurricane, they say that the eye of the storm is where the minimum disturbance is there. And as we move away towards the periphery, the disturbance, the destruction is maximum. So similarly, in this framework, if we can have much more regulation and control over our own self, we will see that from this inner circle, that control will start expanding outside and outside. It is not that the concerns will change, but the impact it will have on us will be in our control. It is not that the influence on others will change, but if we are in our own way controlled or regulated, the influence we will all have on others will also change. If I, as a person, is more balanced, is more centered, is more calm, my influence on my neighbors, on my family, on my peers changes because they see that I am a different person and thereby the area of influence changes. Similarly, the concerns don't change, but what happens is the way or the ability I deal with the concern changes. If I am calm and composed, the way I will deal with those concerns will be different. So that's what we are going to learn today. What do we do with this type of framework? When the area of control or the area of regulation over my own self increases, I see an increase percolating into the area of influence and on the external concerns. So there's a very beautiful story from this book called The Lord of the Rings. There's also a movie made, a trilogy made by this movie. So in that, there is a young boy, like a college student, your age group. And he says, and the whole movie is set in a very difficult background where there is a lot of war, lot of decisions to be made, lot of challenges and crisis that everybody is facing. So this young boy, at one point he would say, I wish that this had not happened in my lifetime. And for that, there is a wise old man who says, even I wish that, we don't have to go through all this. And so do everybody who stay in such difficult times. But again, he goes on to explain that we cannot decide these things. It's very much like the concerns. The concerns is always part of the package. We cannot decide that. All we can decide is what can we do with the time that is given to us, and that is same opportunity for all of us. With the given time, can I do something? Can I make a change so that it has a larger influence and the concerns which I face are dealt in a different and a better way? That is all in my hands. So using that thought is what we are going to proceed now. How can we increase our influence and how can the concerns not disturb us, and how we can become more resilient in a crisis by increasing our area of control or our area of being more regulated and being more centered. It's very much like this images that you see. When you're very close to a fire, you feel the warmth. When you're very close to the ice, you feel the cold breeze, the chillness of the ice. So similarly, people are going to be influenced by who we are, what we are, and how we handle situations. If we are very confused, we are very irritated when we are dealt with concerns, and we just collapse at the minimum concern, that is the influence that we create on others. Whereas if we draw strength, if we show resilience, if we show this inner strength, very much like the roots, we are able to increase our area of influence. And whatever be the concerns, the strength to deal with it changes. So, how does this strength come from? This strength comes only when we are relaxed, calm, and composed. And to do that, we need to intensify our area of regulation or control. And that comes only when we give time for ourselves and take this time to really relax and compose ourselves so that that becomes our state of mind in all the activities of the day. Though we are doing it as a small exercise for some time, the effect of it on a long and continuous run can have a greater influence and also increase our ability to deal with concerns. So now we are going to guide you through this process of seeing how you can feel your inner strength, how you can connect to that source which is present inside all of us, and try to feel this calmness, this composure for a brief moment. And that is achieved through relaxation and meditation. So during relaxation, you will receive a set of instructions. Just follow them and try to relax your entire body. And then from there, once your body is totally relaxed, we will just guide you to a silent 10-minute time of meditation. During the meditation time, there will be no instructions, but we are all doing the meditation with you all. So just remain in that silent space for that time. And then you see how your breathing was, observe how your energy levels are, observe how you felt during those sessions, during the time you meditated and during the time you were quiet. So just try to observe these things once the meditation is over. So to start with the relaxation, I would request everybody to sit comfortably. You can sit on the chair, you can sit on the floor with your mat or without the mat with your legs folded, whatever suits you the best. The only request is we don't lie down when we do this process, because then we are actually not, meditating, we are sleeping. So the only request is for the participants to sit down wherever you're comfortable. So we are going to ask you to gently close your eyes. So keep your eyes closed gently throughout these 15-20 minutes. Slightly wiggle your toes and feel them relax. Feel this energy from Mother Earth entering your feet, moving up through your ankles, moving into your legs, your knees, and into your thighs. This energy is now completely relaxing your entire legs. This energy now moves up into your waist, your hips, and your stomach, and relaxes this area very deeply. Feel this energy move into your entire back area, relaxing your back all the way from the top till the tip of your backbone. Now feel this energy move into your chest and your shoulders. All the tension, all the heaviness accumulated there are simply melting away, and your shoulders and chest area are now feeling very deeply relaxed. Feel this energy move into your arms, your upper arms, your elbows, your lower arms, your fingers, all the way till your fingertips. Your entire arms are now feeling a deep state of relaxation. Feel this energy move into your neck, relaxing your neck and the neck muscles. This energy moves into your face, relaxing your mouth, your cheeks, your earlobes, your nose. Your eyes are very gently closed and are feeling relaxed. Your entire facial muscles, your forehead, and all the way till the tip of your head, your entire face is now very deeply relaxed. Take a moment to observe how your entire body, from the top of your head till the tip of your toes, are totally and deeply relaxed. Being in this relaxed state of body, very gently bring your attention to your heart. Feel the presence of love and light in your heart. Do not try to look for a light, just have the suggestion or this thought that the source of light is within myself, and this idea helps us to bring our attention to our heart. Feel the love and the light within your heart. Feel that your attention is drawn within your heart towards this love and this light. Keeping your eyes very gently closed, we will now meditate on this idea that this divine essence is within myself. And during this time, there will be no instructions, just silence. So let's silently have this thought or idea that the divine light is within my heart and keep our attention very gently there. If our thoughts are emerging and they are disturbing us, very gently ignore those thoughts and softly divert your attention back to this heart space where there is love and light. So let's gently keep our eyes closed and continue this exercise.
your eyes still closed, observe the following. Observe how you felt during the meditation and how you feel now that the meditation has ended. Also observe your breathing pace. Was it the same before and has it changed after the meditation? You can also observe the energy levels. Is there a change or do you still feel the same? Once you have made a mental note of these observations and you are able to put words to these observations, you can gently open your eyes. So this was the experience of the relaxation and meditation session. So I would like to hear, your experiences now on the chat box. And also if you have any questions on the method of this practice or any other questions that you had, during this session. You can either unmute yourselves or type on this chat box. Okay, someone has typed felt calm. Any other observations? Feel happy. Okay, good. Inner peace. Fine. Calm breath. Okay. Relaxed. That's nice. Good positivity. Okay, that's nice. So good vibes, right? Okay. Felt relaxed. Okay. Many thoughts came to our mind, which is very natural. Yes, you may, you will have this rush of thoughts. Sometimes you feel that there is a big rush of thoughts coming in. That's fine because this is the first time we are doing. Yes, there were thoughts. There were many wandering thoughts. So I kept repeating my heart is the source of love. That's the correct way. So what you do is we feel that these rush of thoughts can come in. So we gently go back to the heart space and repeat this meditation process. So this is very normal because we have not been silent. Many of us, this silent exercise is almost the first experience. Even when we sleep, we think that, there is almost inactivity, but no, even in our sleep, though consciously we are not thinking, the subconscious takes over and there are a lot of thoughts. And these thoughts is what, when we are regulating our mind and, coming back to the heart, we feel that these thoughts can get regulated easily. So it is right. If you feel that there is an experience of a lot of thoughts coming in, gently ignore those thoughts and come back to your source of heart and feel this love and divine light within it and continue your meditation. Are there any other questions? So again, what do we see from this exercise? What is the relevance of this meditation or relaxation to that, the framework, the control, influence, and concerns framework? We saw that when we are, contented, when we are peaceful, and we are able to go back to the heart and meditate there in that quiet time for some time, we feel that that will radiate outside and that will create an area of influence outside And that area of influence and also this, this regulated mind from within will enable us to deal with these concerns in a more resilient way, very much like the roots of a tree. Well, how to be happy inside, how to make oneself happy, all this happiness, we always associate happiness to things outside. But when we start diverting our attention inwards and feel this peace and calm from within ourselves, there is a chance to go back to that source of happiness also within us. But everything, like how a physical exercise, if you go and do it just one day, we are not going to build muscles. We need to repeat that activity every day on a consistent manner. And then we see some results. We see that we have built our biceps or our muscles are growing strong. But that involves regular practice. So similarly, when we are able to take time for some mental exercises, for some meditation and relaxation, which calms our mind, which regulates our thoughts, we feel that we are able to get a glimpse of this happiness, which is again within ourselves and is not dependent on these external factors of concerns or, something else, but is within us. And again, tomorrow we will learn. See, Heartfulness has 2 or 3 tools that enables this learning and this experience to be more easy. So meditation is one such tool. And tomorrow we will have another session which explains another beautiful tool wherein we are able to remove this, this baggage of negative emotions, which is another big hurdle to happiness. So when we are able to regulate our mind and remove these hurdle of negative emotions, we are able to connect more and more within ourselves and find that source of happiness from within us. So
Priya, one out.
yes.
They're asking about like about the sleep and whether their eyes also will get relaxed and will they get the better sleep. It's just about the question which you read before. One of the question was whether they could sleep
Okay. Will
properly by doing
meditation
this.
help us for better sleep
Yeah,
and eyes relaxation?
eyes
Okay, fine.
relaxation. Yeah.
Okay, fine. See, visually, I think the eyes are receiving information all the time, right? If, all the time we are awake, the eyes are receiving an input. So when we are able to very gently, again, this is a very gentle process. You don't put pressure on your eyes, but very gently when we keep it closed, this eyes also gets the much needed relaxation. Yes. And we will have a better sleep cycle because this rush of thoughts, when it is getting regulated and when we go to bed contented with the heartfulness tools that you will learn over these 2 days, you will find that there is a difference. But what we are doing in this 2-3 days are only showing a small glimpse of what is the entire offering. We have to put it in practice to see whether this becomes a experiment for us and we are able to take it forward. So if we are okay, fine. Here there is a question which says that if you're giving instructions, we are able to follow it. If we are able to do it alone, how do we go about it? So there is an audio, we will send you the website address. It is called www.heartfulness.org. I'm going to type it on the chat box. So on that, you can go to the website and download links to for the heartfulness and the meditation sessions. The relaxation audios can be used by anyone who has even not attended this session. Everyone can listen to the relaxation commands and use it for themselves and for their loved ones. You can try it before you go to bed, try it when you are in a stressful situation and see how your entire body, gets relaxed and how your response changes. So you can experiment it on your own and see whether it works well for you. So you will have the same set of instructions over there and you will be able to do it along with those instructions. But soon you will see that for meditation, you will not need any instructions. It's just this quiet space that you get into and you will also be able to do that. It's very much like the training wheels which come with the bicycle, right? As a child, we need the training wheels, but as we become big, we don't need the training wheels. We are so well versed with the bike that we drive it with two hands, sometimes with one hand, sometimes only with our legs, right? You see all these young teenagers doing all these fancy stuff. So meditation is also like that. So you will begin maybe with instructions, but soon you will see that you will be able to do it without any external help, just by being in that quiet space. So thank you all for joining. And if there are any more questions, we can take it, or we would like to end the session here.
Are there any more questions? I think there is no, ma'am.
Okay.
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 It was really a wonderful session. I itself had a sleep for a few seconds after the relaxation command.
Good.
You gave. We were able to feel.
Yes.
Yeah.
See, what
was
it
nice,
shows is
and I was able to feel the relaxation of my muscles also.
good. That's nice observation. Very
My
nice.
facial muscles. Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Good.
you so much.
Good.
And hope to have a wonderful session tomorrow also to removing negativity.
Yes.
Right?
Sure.
That is really needed for
Yes.
almost 90% of the population now. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you for a wonderful
Thank you so much
session.
for giving me this opportunity. See you all.
Thank
All
you.
the best. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Priya. Thank you, Priya, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much.
Thank
Meet tomorrow.
Thanks. Okay. Bye.